Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to the Raw review for September 19th, 2016. This is the go-home show before Clash of the Champions. Is it Clash of Champions or Clash of the Champions? I'm not exactly sure. It doesn't really matter. Roman Reigns opens the show, but before he can talk, Stephanie McMahon comes out, and before she can talk, Mick Foley comes out. He says that last week's show got out of hand. The two interferences of Seth Rollins and Rusev in the main event, it wasn't a good thing. And he announces that Seth and Rusev will face off for them interfering. Roman is like, well, that's all fine and dandy, but what does he get? He says, well, Roman, you get a title shot at Clash of Champions versus Rusev for the United States Championship. And he says that he's going to fix Raw. Raw's not going to run the way it did last week, because if it does, he's going to end up making SmackDown look better, and he's going to lose his job. And he announces that Roman Reigns will have a rematch against Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens comes out. He's all pissed off. He says that he beat Roman twice last week, because technically he did. Because Seth came out and attacked Kevin Owens. Roman lost right there. And then Rusev came out and distracted Roman, and Kevin won again. And he says that Roman doesn't deserve a rematch. And Stephanie says, don't worry, it's not a title match. It's not to be put into the title match, so don't worry. It's just a one-on-one match. And Mick says, yes, it is a one-on-one match, but it's a one-on-one steel cage match. So that was the main event. The first match, though, was that Seth Rollins versus Rusev match, and it was a pretty good match. Very, very good match. Seth had the Falcon's Arrow, so that was pretty cool. I like how, since he turned face, he's been hitting cooler moves. The fight made its way all the way up to the ramp. They both got counted out, and Seth knocks Rusev off the stage and then hits a crossbody off the announce table. Backstage, Charlotte and Dana talked to Mick about the double pin where Sasha and Bayley both pinned each other, and I complained about that last week, if you remember. But they gave the win to Sasha, and Mick announces that Charlotte will not only face Sasha, but she will also face Bayley at Clash of Champions. Braun Strowman versus Sin Cara. Braun Strowman won pretty fast, as expected. They'll probably have a match on the pre-show. Maybe. Probably not. I don't know. Who cares, you know? Sasha and Bayley versus Charlotte and Dana. Dana distracts Bayley, and that sets up a big boot from Charlotte for the win. Bayley was about to hit the Bayley to belly, but Dana pulls Charlotte out of the way, and then that sets up the whole big boot for the win. Bo Dallas versus some guy. Let's go jobber chants start. That pisses Bo Dallas off. And then when Bo Dallas reacts, delete chants start. And then Bo wins. Cesaro versus Sheamus. Sheamus dominated this match. He hit every single one of his finishers and signatures. He even hit the Irish curse on the apron, like on the corner of the apron. Sheamus should have won, but it was obvious that it's obvious what they're doing. They had Sheamus go up 3-0, and they're going to have Cesaro win 4 in a row. And it's obvious that with Clash of Champions being Sunday, they're going to have the blow-off. Well, they already are going to have the blow-off at Clash of Champions. Because it already got announced, because Cesaro hit the neutralizer and made it 3-3. Even though Sheamus deserved the win, he deserved to win this match. He did try to use the ropes like Cesaro did last week, and he got caught, and then Cesaro hit the neutralizer off a distraction from the ref because Sheamus was arguing with the ref. That's the only reason Sheamus lost this match. Otherwise, Sheamus deserved to win this match. I know Cesaro probably deserves a singles championship. He does. But he deserves to be on SmackDown as well, where he's going to be booked properly. Let him lose and go to SmackDown. Jericho comes out with the list of Jericho. The list is everything that he finds out bad about Foley. Like, he treats his employees wrong, he dresses poorly, he didn't name off everything. He said that he was nice to Sami Zayn. He's trying to drive a wedge in between him and Kevin Owens. Enzo and Cass then come out and says that he isn't Kevin Owens' best friend. And then Big Cass just names a bunch of best friends like Bert and Ernie, Beavis and Butthead, Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson. And when he says that, Jericho's like, half of those people don't even exist. I don't even care who Ashton Kutcher is. That was probably the greatest part of this whole thing. And the end. The end of the talking segment, at least. The Shining Stars then come out. The New Day then come out. And the Club come out. And then they say that the New Day said that they're going to they're going to stay champions next after Clash of Champions. The Club say that they're going to win because they beat the New Day last week. And then Jericho says that this list was originally everything he hated about the list of Jericho was supposed to be about everything he hated about Mick Foley, but it's now the list of stupid idiots. And you, oh, and definitely you're all on it. And then Sami Zayn comes out and attacks Jericho. And that set up a 10 tag match. You got the New Day, Kofi and Big E, Enzo and Cass, and Sami Zayn versus the Shining Stars versus the Club and Chris Jericho. It was, why? It wasn't needed. They just needed a way, because obviously we're gonna get Enzo and Cass versus the Shining Stars at Clash. Obviously, we already have New Day versus Shining Stars at Clash, and we already got Sami Zayn versus Jericho Clash. We just needed a way to get them all on the show before Clash. So they're like, fuck it, let's just put them on one big match. It wasn't needed. It didn't do anything. The faces won, so technically 50-50 booking. The Shining Stars are going to beat Enzo and Cass. The Club are going to become tag champions, and Chris Jericho's going to beat Sami Zayn. Technically, if you want to do 50-50 booking. Oh, we'll go into another 50-50 booking thing in the main event. Mick Foley comes out to introduce the Cruiserweights. The 4 men he introduced were Rich Swann, Grand Metalik, who was in the final against TJ. TJ, what's his last name? I don't even know the champion's last name. Daniels? TJ Daniels? That sounds right. That's probably wrong. Anyway, he wasn't on the show anyway. Cedric Alexander and the Brian Kendrick. Those were the 4 that came out. I thought Noam Dar, and that one British guy, I thought they also got signed as well. And I thought Gargano and Ciampa, I thought they were also signed to the Cruiserweight division. I could be wrong, unless they're for the rumored SmackDown Cruiserweight division. But I don't know. I thought that those 4 were also signed. But who am I? Mick Foley also announces that on Clash of Champions, every single one of Raw's titles are on the line, including the Cruiserweight Championship. So we need a challenger. So that set up a fatal 4-way number 1 contenders match. And it was a really good match. It makes me wish I would have watched a Cruiserweight Classic. Fortunately, I didn't watch any of it. I watched the championship video just because I wanted to see the title unveiling. And I wanted to see Triple H on TV. Because Triple H he's a sick guy. That's a King Ross reference for those of you at home playing along. Brian Kendrick makes Cedric Alexander tap with the captain's hook. Is he like a pirate now? I don't know what he's... I mean, technically Brian Kendrick doesn't need it, but at the same time I could see this being like the last hoorah type of moment, and then I could see this being either one of the last or only times he's going to be in the title picture. Then he'll be like more like a mentor towards because he's like 37, so he's getting up there. So I don't know if they're going to really use him as title material, or more like a guy to put the others cruiserweights over. But he could very well put over TJ. I don't know. I don't remember his last name. I apologize. He's the champion. Put him over because Brian Kendrick would be a good win. I mean, like maybe 10 years ago, but still, I wanted Brian Kendrick to win just because he was the only one I actually knew out of the 5. I know Noam Dar because of WCPW, and I know Gargano and Ciampa because of NXT. But other than that, I don't know any of these guys. So we'll just have to see what happens. Anyway, Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns in a steel cage match. It was a really good match. Roman Reigns, yeah, his title reigns and stuff, he got booed, but his matches weren't the things that were wrong. It was the stories, his booking, but he doesn't really put on bad matches. It's the creative part of him that's bad. Yeah, this was a good match. He climbed over the cage as Kevin Owens crawled out. He let go at the top and landed before Kevin Owens could crawl out. So he won. Rusev then comes out and attacks Roman from behind. Roman then starts to beat Rusev down. Owens hits Roman with the door and tells Rusev to Machka something. Rusev then Kevin Owens puts Roman into the ring. The cage is still around. Rusev gets a chain, locks the cage. Owens and Rusev attack Roman. So technically 50-50 booking. Roman's going to win the Universal title and the U.S. title. Accolade is set on by Rusev to Roman Reigns. And Seth to the rescue. The crowd went fucking crazy. And Seth hits a double crossbody off the top of the cage to Kevin Owens and Rusev to end the show. There is a rumored Shield return. Shield reunite at either Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble. I don't know. Don't know if it's going to happen. But this is planting seeds, for one. I don't know. Clash of Champions is Sunday. Friday, I will put up a predictions video. I will not be able to watch the pre-show, but so far the pre-show is just Alicia Fox versus Nia Jax. So far, I don't care. And if they add Braun Strowman versus Sin Cara, I still won't care. I do have an update video that I need to put out because it's kind of important. So that'll be up maybe Thursday. Because Tuesday will be this. This goes up to today, which is Tuesday. Wednesday, SmackDown. So yeah, Thursday will be the update, and then Friday will be the predictions video. And yeah, that's about it for today. It was a decent show. I'm gonna be honest. I was downloading Destiny, Rise of Iron, for the most part, so I was paying attention to that for the boring part. So it didn't feel like it was a long show because I had something to do in that time. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Camp Council Cody, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles.